I was hanging out at the bar last night and minding my own business, and Dr. Gluck approached me and asked me if I would say a few words. I, of course, obliged because I'm very passionate about low-dose naltrexone, but the first thing I have to say I thought of was my mother. My mother was visiting recently, and she told me, now, when you go to that conference, wear a suit. I said, Mom, it's the other kid that's talking. It's the doctor. It's not me. I'm in the background. Nobody's even going to see me. Sorry, Mom. My book, Up the Creek with a Paddle, has done well. It has definitely achieved the purpose I had for when I wrote it, and it is to convince people who are at that difficult decision to go against their doctor, who is very, very adamant that they're taking the wrong step in their health management, to try LDN. Because I think I capture that pretty well in the book, that it is an incredibly difficult decision, especially when you have something like MS, as my husband does, and are on an injectable Avonex, and your neurologist, who, with the suit in his office, tells you, you need this drug. If you go on LDN, you're going to go downhill really, really fast. So that's an incredibly difficult decision for anybody to make. And I'm happy to say that those that do make it, I believe, never look back. Now, the results are astounding, because there's this whole spectrum of immune disorders that aren't even named or labelled. People are just sick and they don't know why they're sick. And it's something in their immune system, and they try this LDN and suddenly they're getting their lives back, but they don't know what they're getting their lives back from even. Overall, I would say with MS, in my experience, about 1/3 of the people have remarkable life-changing experiences. They try it and within a week they get rid of their crutches, they're out of a wheelchair, or something remarkable happens to them. There's another 1/3 that take it and they're not sure, do I feel good, but everybody else tells them, you look great, what are you doing? But they're not sure. And then there's another 1/3 who really don't notice any difference. But over a period of, say, a year, they realize, wow, I actually haven't got any worse. So, everybody does seem to react differently. There are some side effects that I think, as the numbers increase, we're beginning to see more of, but I still think they're minimum, and absolutely very minimum compared to the standard drugs that are out there for multiple sclerosis. My husband, Noel, thank God, continues to thrive. He's on it now. He's on LDN 4.5 milligrams since September 2002, and he was deteriorating rapidly. And he really got LDN in the nick of time, whereby he can still live a very full, functional life. He may not look like a poster child for LDN because he has his cane, and when we're out and about, he has his wheelchair. But he is the perfect poster child because he stopped progressing, and he can still live a very full, independent life with our 3 lovely kids. And he's at home minding them at the moment. Thanks, Noel. My mom, with her breast cancer, she was on LDN and her breast cancer came back. It spread to the bone. So that was a devastating blow because, I saw how well LDN worked for Noel. My mom started it. My world was saved. Nobody was ever going to get sick again. But yes, it did come back. She went through all the standard treatment. She went through the radiation and chemotherapy, and she's just started back on the LDN again when she was here because I refused to give up on it. Now, she has done everything right by her own doctors at home. There is no other treatment for her. And there is a theory that possibly, and maybe I'm just holding on to this because I need to, when she was on the LDN and the cancer came back, she was on the LDN with the calcium carbonate filler, which some people on various websites have argued can be compacted too tight and make the drug slow release. So now she is on LDN 4.5 lactose filler, which I've been assured cannot be compacted anyway. Whatever way she's taking it, she's definitely going to get it fast release. And I'm desperately hoping, again realistically this time having learned, but I'm really hoping that this time it will keep her stable. And she looks amazing. I mean, she looks remarkable. She looks younger than me. As it was last year, that Dr. Bahari has absolutely, without question, discovered something worthy of the Nobel Prize. I cannot thank the man enough for all the lives he has changed that I know directly and indirectly. There's something here. What is it? How it works? How good is it? Whatever. But whatever it is, we know that it's great. How great, we don't know. It's going to be very hard to get into the pharmaceutical companies, the government, all of that. And it's not that there's a conspiracy against LDN. They don't need a conspiracy. The system is set up so perfectly that, we're just like idiots banging against this big wooden building that nobody's going to, they don't have to open the door, so they won't.